Being able to shoot in basketball is definitely one of the hardest things to do. It may seem easy once you start to get it, and the best shooters in the world, like Curry, Trae Young, they make it seem easy, but it's really not that easy. It's definitely a lot of mechanics that got to go into it, a lot of mindset things that got to go into it. However, if you can learn the basic mechanics and get your basic mechanics right, you'll have a way easier time shooting no matter the situation. So in this video today, I'm going to be showing you the basic mechanics that you need in order to be able to shoot a basketball. Let's get into it. So the first thing first, we start our jump shot base up. We don't shoot from the top to the bottom. We don't come here and then go down, and then we don't do that. We come, we get the ball, we start with our base, and then we get into our jump shot. So we're gonna start with that. The base, you either want to have your feet squared to the basket like this, or you want to have them at a slight angle. Either way is fine. Now, for me, I preferably have them at an angle. So if I'm right-handed, I'll have my right foot a little bit in front of my left. If I'm left-handed, I'll have my left foot a little bit in front of my right. This just feels more comfortable. And there's a lot of shooters, even Steph Curry, a lot of shooters have a slight angle in their jump shot. So either way, it's perfectly fine. Just do whatever feels comfortable to you. If you're struggling with finding that perfect base, here's what I like to do. I like to jump up. However I land, this is what you start your base with. So now I can see that I landed with the angle. So with this angle, I may want to adjust it a little bit because this doesn't feel 100% comfortable to me right now. I'll adjust it and let's say put my foot back a little bit, put this foot a little bit more forward. That may feel a little bit more comfortable. So jump up, find whatever angle is, find whatever base is comfortable for you. So shoot the jump shot, and then however you land, that's how your base should be. That's how you should start off. So start off with that base. Make sure your feet are a little shoulder width apart. You can slightly adjust it however is comfortable to you. Start with that base, nice wide and strong base. Next, we want to make sure we bend in our knees. Our legs are like a springboard in getting us into our jump shot. If we use our legs, then we don't have to overcompensate with our wrist, with our arm, with our whole upper body. Our upper body doesn't have to overcompensate if we use our legs correctly. So we want to make sure we have that wide base and we bending our knees, letting them act as a spring to spring us up into that jump shot. Okay. So bend your knees just like this. You don't want your knees to bend in. You don't want your knees to like bend out. You want your knees to just bend straight towards your foot. All right. So if your foot is pointed this way, your knee should be bending just like that. If your foot is pointed that way, knee should be just like that. All right. So bend your knees. That's going to also help you extend your range, even if you have to exaggerate this, because I used to didn't bend my knees when shooting and I used to have to exaggerate it. So I would catch the ball and I would just bend my knees all the way down and then get into it, even if you have to over exaggerate it. That is going to help you extend your range and help you not have to overcompensate for your jump shot. So now that we have our base right, we have our knees bent, we have our feet spread, shoulder width apart, nice strong base. They can't knock us off our balance. So now we want to get into our upper body. So the first thing I like to talk about with the upper body is the hand placement. We want to look at this hole, this air hole in the middle of the basketball and find it. Now you have three options. You can place your index finger on the air hole, you can place your middle finger on the air hole, or you can split the air hole with these two fingers. Preferably, that is what I do. I like to split the air hole with my two fingers. That's more comfortable. So now you found this air hole. Let's say you split it. So now you just lay your hand on the ball. Spread your hand as wide as possible. You don't want to have your hand closed in, because now if your hand is closed in, the ball is just going to be moving freely. But if you have your hand spread wide, now you can do whatever and the ball is not going to move. Okay, but if you have it closed, you have no control. So find the air hole, either index finger, middle finger, or split it. Then just spread your fingers apart wide as possible and lay your hand on the ball. Now, with this little space here, you don't want to shoot with your fingertips. You don't want to shoot with your finger pads. You want to have a little bit of space, but not too much space. You don't want it to sit like directly flat on your palm like this, but you want to have a little bit of space in between so that you have control and it is sitting nice in your palm. But you should be able to put a finger or two in between this little space. All right. Next, the offhand. With the offhand, you want to have it directly on the side of the ball as possible. However, make sure it's not too close. You don't want it to be like this. You don't want it to be in front of the ball either, because if it's in front of the ball, then this shooting hand is going to have to push through the offhand. It's going to throw off your jump shot, and you don't want that. So make sure the offhand is on the side of the ball as much as possible. Also, spread your fingers a good width. You don't have to spread them as much but you don't want them to be closed in still, because then you still don't have control of the ball. All right, so you want to have them just like this, spread wide on the side of the ball, just like this. We can show you from the back. It looks like this. So now we have our hand placement. Now let's talk about the shot path. So with the shot path, I like to have my shot path come directly up as straight as possible, but on the right side of my body. So like through my right eye to the rim. So let's say I have my base like this, a slight angle. I don't want my jump shot, I don't want my shot path to come directly in front of me, because now if it's directly in front of me, now I have to bring it over to the rim. That's going to start making my shot go to the right. So I want to have it come right from this thigh up directly as possible into the rim. Okay, so you want to also make sure this shoulder is this forearm is as straight as possible, come directly up from this thigh. So use this thigh. So to work on your shot path, place it on your thigh and just come up. Place it on your thigh, come up. All right, so if it's over here, then that's wrong. All right, you shouldn't have it on the opposite thigh, shouldn't have it in the middle. Place it on your thigh, come up. Now let's say your feet are straight, same thing. Now with this, you can have it a little bit more in the middle, because your whole body is in the middle. You can have it in the middle and that can be fine, but your arm may start to curve in. We don't want to have the chicken wing. We want to have it as straight as possible. If we have it in the middle, we have arm straight, now it's starting to bend in, and we don't want that either. So still find that thigh and just come straight up, just like that. All right, it's not comfortable for me shooting with my base straight, but that is fine, just like that. All right, so either way, find that thigh, and you want the ball to come straight up through your right eye, left eye if you're left-handed, and straight into the basket. Now I want to talk about where your arm should finish on the shot. So your arm, should it finish to the right, the left, up, a little low? We want it to finish almost eyebrow, like your elbow should be almost in line with your eyebrow. That's where you want it to finish at, because if you finish a little too low, your shot is going to be flat. If you finish too high, your shot is going to hit the front of the rim a lot of times. So we want to make sure we finishing right there at that little sweet spot. Our elbow and our eyebrow are lined up. So you want to set your base, bring the ball on your thigh, come up, and then when you finish, it should be like this right here, elbow and your eyebrow. The last part is the flick. So with the flick, you just want to make sure you can just flick it. And a lot of people teach the gooseneck thing. That is perfectly fine, the gooseneck or the hands in the cookie jar, whatever, but you want to flick that wrist and just leave it like that. You want your two fingers to split. You want your two fingers to finish, the middle finger and the index finger should finish in the rim. No matter what, they should always finish in the rim. So even if you place your hand, you place your index finger on that middle hole, you want it to finish in the rim. These two fingers should always finish inside of the rim. So whenever you shoot, finish these two inside of that rim. Right. So now you have the basic mechanics. So when you're working on it, just start like this. Let's say we want to work on our shot. We jump. Okay, we found our base, slightly adjust it a little bit, place our hands on the ball how we should, bend our knees, put that ball on your thigh, come up and shoot. Make sure you finish with the flick. The last thing is making sure we have that fluidity and having that one motion. We don't want to have the ball come up here and then bend our knees and then come down here like I said at the beginning. We don't want to do this and then that's going to throw off the motion, throw off the fluidity. When I talk about fluidity, I mean like we want to practice and get into our shots like we would in a game. So if we come in off a ball screen, we want to come left, right, and get directly into it. We want to have that fluid motion. We won't want to really have stops. We don't want to have any stops in our jump shots as much as possible. The only stop should be slightly at the top, but it's not really going to be a big stop. It's not like you're going to come up and then stop and then shoot. We want to have a fluid motion. So let's say you're coming off the dribble, you're doing your dribble moves, you still want to have that fluid motion. Okay, so be as fluid as possible. So when you're practicing, let's say we start from the beginning. We get our jump, get our base, slightly adjust it, bend our knees, find that hole, place our hand on the hole how we do. Make sure our hand placement is right with both hands. Find that thigh, put your ball on the thigh, and then just go straight up into the one fluid motion. All right, so it should look just like that. All right, every time. So again, we find that base, place the ball on our thigh, and then we go up. So it should be one fluid motion. All right, just like that every time. So there you have it. If you improve those mechanics, you'll be on your way to having a better jump shot. The one thing I forgot to mention about the base, make sure you start on your toes. You don't want to start flat-footed, because then now you have to end up rolling your foot to then get into your jump shot. Don't start flat-footed. Start on your toes, like you want to have that spring. All right. If you was doing jump ropes, you wouldn't jump rope like that. That'll make sense. You jump on your toes. So start on your toes. Master those mechanics, and you'll definitely have a solid foundation for a jump shot. So now, if you have to shoot an off-balance shot, let's say you have to shoot a fadeaway shot, those same mechanics are going to apply, because you got your wide base. Let's say you came left, right, fadeaway. You have your wide base, slight angle. You still bringing the ball up from your thigh, and you have the same shot, just a fadeaway. Okay, the same mechanics are going to apply. So master the fundamentals, master the little basics, and you'll definitely have a better shot. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe.